Where we're at today is Gailton, PA, and I love it out here, man. It's up in the mountains, beautiful views, beautiful people, small little town. And what I want to talk about today is really taking ownership in your life, because I feel like so many people, they go through life, including myself in the past. What I would do is play into that role of victimhood. You know, I wouldn't take ownership of my life and really step outside of myself and see how things were happening and how I was making those things happen. You know, I was putting all the blame on other people. I was putting all the blame on, say, my parents, or putting blame on just outward circumstances and not looking inward as that being the source of the problem. And that really changed my mindset and really got me into a higher level of consciousness, because I was operating such a low one, man. I was depressed all the time. I didn't understand why the life was this way and other people's life was looking so good. And I just don't understand how they get there, because, you know, I thought it was all luck. But in reality, it was just me not standing outside of myself and really looking at my life and realizing that I was the impact of all this. I was where I was at because of the choices that I was making. And that's what I really wanted to get you guys to understand and take ownership in your life. It's like, you guys are where you guys are because of the decisions that you've made. What you've made in the past and the decisions that you're making every moment of the day is putting you where you are and where you're going to be. So I want you guys to step outside yourself and be able to, like, I know it's not going to come over time. I mean, it's not going to come within, like, right now. You're not going to understand how to do that. But if you really get to the point where you just practice it every day, just like little things, just a little bit of practice, you're going to be able to step outside of yourself and look at, maybe, for example, I would be like, okay, if I take this step of, hey, if I go out drinking tonight instead of, you know, putting time into my craft, where is that going to put me? Is that going to put me further ahead of where I want to be in my career or my hobby or my next level? Or is it going to put me in the exact same spot where I'm at now, or maybe worse off? You know, you just got to look at these kind of things, and you'll be able to look at that over a period of time with practice of this. You know, and just don't fall into that victimhood and not taking ownership in your life, because this is your life, man. You can be in the most wonderful places, and you know, it's all about how you spend your time. Think about people that are, you know, up celebrities, or say people that are making music, or LeBron James, anybody like that. They're putting in the time. They're putting in 24 hours a day, living in the moment to make their dreams a reality. And because they're doing that, they're taking full ownership of their life. If your life isn't where you want it to be, take ownership. You know, take ownership, grab a hold of your life and mold it into what you want. You have the complete ability to create whatever life that you want. We're technically gods in the sense that we can create anything we want. You know, we have the ability to vision something in our head and then make it a reality. Or we can vision something and then not take any action towards it and not get anywhere, you know, and then just put the blame on everyone else. And it's easy. It's easy for people to put the blame on other people instead of taking responsibility for their life and taking responsibility for their actions and taking responsibility for their direction in life. And I want to see you guys have the best life that you guys can live. I want to see you guys get to the best point where you can look back at your life and be like, I'm at the best point of my life. And it took me a long time to get here, and it was a hell of a struggle, but I'm at the best point of my life. I'm the best person that I've ever been. I'm in the best circumstances that I've ever been. And my life is looking grand and golden. My depression's gone because I worked on myself. You know, I did these little principles each and every day. I put in the time when people weren't willing to put in the time, and that allowed me to get what people aren't able to get. It's like, I went through depression very early in age. I mean, like back when I was like 12, 15, going through like middle school. And it was very, very difficult. I didn't understand a lot of things. Like, now I'm able to share that with you guys and help you break down of why you're feeling a certain type of way you're feeling, or why you're doing the things that you were doing that maybe you weren't able to analyze, but I was able to analyze it since I've gone out of it. You know, when you're in it, it's hard to realize why you're feeling the way you are, why you're doing the things that you're doing, and it's easy just to get caught up in the mess, you know, to keep thinking the same negative thoughts or the same patterns over and over again, you know. But you're not taking ownership of your life, you know, or your feelings. You're just letting your feelings overcome you, and you're not being stable and grounded as a person. I want to get you to the point where you're grounded, where you can get out of that depression and you can live your best life. You can be happy every day, and it is 100% possible, because I am living proof that it's like that you can get there. And it's not easy. I'm telling you right now, it's not easy, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it if you take those steps. And I want to share those principles with you that I've struggled with for so long of my life, for like a good 5 to 6 to 10 years of my life. It was very difficult to get where I'm at, and now I can honestly say I have no stresses in my life. And like I said before that, I'm not here to boast, I'm not here to brag, I'm here to help you guys get to the point where I'm at, because looking from my perspective on where I was at, where you guys might be at, dude, it's rough, man. It's rough to be in that little patch, and I don't want you guys to be there. I don't want y'all to stay there. I want you to mold. I want you to come from a caterpillar, from a negative depressed state, and come into a butterfly and just float around and fly wherever you guys want to go. You know, I didn't have any social anxiety. I wouldn't even go in social settings. I was nervous to travel. I wouldn't even live the life that I wanted to live. I didn't want to chase my dreams. I always felt like people were judging me. So much anxiety deep within, and I wasn't taking ownership, guys. And that's just what I want to share with you guys. Just take ownership of your life. Realize it's up to you. You are in control of your ship. You're the captain. And you can make it any way you want. You can make anything that you want, anything that you can think of and you can dream of, or how you want to be. If you have a model of someone else, how they want to be or how they carry themselves, you can do that. And it's all up to you. And I have 100% faith in you guys, that you guys can get out of your depression, that you guys can take it to a next level, that you guys can become the best version of yourself. I have 100% confidence in that. But at the end of the day, like I always say, man, it's up to you. This is your life. You get to create it however you want, but you have to take ownership. And don't play the victim card, man. Don't give your power to other people. You're giving your power away. You have to realize that. You have all this power to change your life, but you're giving it away by playing the victim card. Every time you pull that card up, all you're doing is you're not taking ownership. You're not pushing yourself in the right direction. You're pushing yourself either farther down, or you keep digging a hole, or you're just staying stagnant. And you know, I feel like for me, the most happiness that I've ever got was in growth, becoming the best version of myself. You know, it's crazy looking where I'm at now, and I can honestly say I'm in the best shape of my life. You know, I'm traveling all over the world. I got the best friends around me, and so many different things. I'll talk to them more about that, you know, if you're having trouble being friends and stuff, because, you know, if you're not honoring yourself and not loving yourself, then it's hard to have people love you, because they feel that energy that you're putting off. And you know, people aren't going to want to be with that negative energy. They want to be surrounded by positive energy. But I'll go into that in another video. But I just want to help you guys get your best self.